Let's be honest, most teachers don't have enough time to teach the way they want to. Every single day there's an endless to-do list and only so many hours. Planning becomes about surviving the next lesson rather than delivering engaging experiences. We know that students thrive in a lesson when it's hands-on, engaging, something they can link to the real world, but developing those kinds of tasks takes time. So that essentially poses the question, what is the solution? It's AI, and it's not here to replace teachers, it's here to help. By automating the time-consuming parts of teaching, we can focus on what matters most, and that's our students. I'm going to show you a few ways that math teachers are using AI in their classrooms. The most common way teachers are using AI at the moment is for lessons. And there's a few different ways you can do this. So ChatGPT, everyone's probably heard of it. All you have to do is create a request in this box. You'll click this little arrow and ChatGPT will get to work creating a lesson outline. So rather than having to start from scratch, you will have a whole plan created in just a few seconds. It comes with recommendations on how to explain the concept, a few practice questions, and even some activities. If you'd like to try a slightly different model, there's also a tool called Claude. It's free to use. It works the exact same. You type in your request and then it gets to work providing a lesson for you. You'll notice that it's a slightly different format to ChatGPT. These tools are great, but you will notice there is some work required to transition that into something you can present. If you are looking for something that is just ready to present, Tutero has a lesson slideshow that's generated. So on those slides, it has a few practice questions. It has explanations of the concepts that are interactive. So basically everything you saw from those previous tools, but in a slideshow presentable format. We can also use AI to create interactive activities. So for example, with ChatGPT, it's great for brainstorming ideas. I've asked it to give me a few ideas I can do as a whole class, and as we can see here, it's produced some great ideas. But if we switch over to Claude, we can also create digital interactives. Right now, you can see it coding a game for me. I've asked it to create a percentage game that my students can play. Firstly, I would never have the knowledge to be able to code something like this, and second of all, it would take a lot of time. But the AI will do this in just a few seconds. And we can see this end product here, I now have my interactive game. To get students even more engaged in a lesson, I love to add a real-world context. With Tutero, when you create a lesson, you'll actually be given a few options that you can choose from to theme your lesson around. My students love sport, they love basketball, so I'd select this one. And now some of my questions will be themed around basketball. And if I click on this slide here, I'm also going to have a real-world application and some examples. Personally, when I was teaching, I was really lazy with homework. I never really had a specific task prepared. It would always just be finish what you didn't do in class. But I personally think it is a bit slack and it probably doesn't give students proper practice. So we can use AI to create our homework tasks. I'm making a simple request to ChatGPT, create me a worksheet. And we can see here that it's written me a bunch of problems that are in different formats targeting different skills that I could copy and paste to a Word doc and then print. You do need to proofread the questions and make sure they match what you're after, but it's quicker than writing them all yourselves. Tutero also has a worksheet function that you can use, and similarly, it will produce you a bunch of questions in different formats. The big advantage of Tutero is it comes with visuals. That's something that ChatGPT and Claude cannot do at the moment. You can download it as a PDF as well, so it's really easy to print or email for homework. Differentiation is one of those things that a lot of teachers do take shortcuts on, and it's because it's very time consuming. But our AI can help with that. So right now I'm on ChatGPT and I want to create a problem my entire class can work on, but has tiered entry levels. And if I'm planning on a Monday morning, I've got 20 minutes till class starts, I probably don't have time to do this. So let's pretend we got 20 minutes left. I put this request into ChatGPT, press enter, and there we go. It's designed me a task. So we're designing a zoo enclosure, for example, and it's got differentiation pathways. So it's got a recommendation for mild, hot, and spicy levels. And then I can literally project this on the board for my students to work on. Again, always proofread it to make sure it's what you're after, but it's a great start. And it's better than just going with a one-size-fits-all approach. If you try out Tutero, you'll also notice that they actually automatically differentiate for you. And that's again done in a mild, hot, and spicy level. So you'll have a set of practice questions for every learner. This is automatically done. You don't have to do anything extra. Teachers now are also trying to mark their work using AI. You do have to be careful with this one though, because AI probably isn't at the point where it's 100% reliable for marking. So what teachers will do is they'll have their students write their work on a piece of paper like they would for an assessment. You would then get your phone and take a photo of that working out. Then what you would do is you would use that picture that you just took, you would upload it to the AI, so I'm using ChatGPT, and then you would tell it to mark the work. And then once you've done that, press enter, and then ChatGPT will read the working out that your student has done and then mark it. So as we can see here, I marked that the question was solved correctly and the AI agrees. And teachers are hoping we get to a point where a student that does like a 40 question assessment, you can take pictures, upload it, and have everything marked for you. But we're not quite there yet, and it does need a lot of double checking. Assessments are something that teachers are also experimenting with. So let's test it out. I'm asking it to create me a rubric for my grade 7 assessment, and I want it on a scale from A to E. You can adjust this based on how your school works, but if we press enter, we'll see it get to work creating that for me. And there we go, it starts creating me for each grade level what is required. So if I'm marking an assessment, I can go through and tick these points off. Let's have a look at what it looks like on ChatGPT. This is actually a better format, and ChatGPT has made a lot of improvements recently. I like that it's in a table format that I can easily scroll across, and this is something that's probably more realistic for a teacher to use. I remember we had so many staff meetings where we would all sit down and spend hours, writing the rubric word for word, but this is a much quicker and much more effective way. As you can see, AI doesn't replace teachers, it gives them back their time. And we're still in the infancy of the AI era. It's only going to get better with time. Teachers using AI tools are saving between 5 to 7 hours per week. It can seem overwhelming to try for the first time, but it is really simple. I'm going to link all of the tools mentioned in this video in the description. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are making videos for math teachers every single week. So subscribe, stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.